Jefferson City police officer that just followed me about a mile. He was in front of me, and then he went into a parking lot and waited till I passed him, and then came up behind me and surprisingly didn't pull me over. Followed me all the way to the Walmart here on the east side of Jefferson City, and he rode past me when I turned into Walmart, and I thought he was like, oh, I'm just gonna, honor the guy. I thought he saw the We the People plates and was like, oh, he's just exercising his rights. But he turned into the next, entrance to Walmart, and now he's stalking me. So I don't know if I don't think he thinks that I see him, but I seen him pull up and around, and I'm just out here, man. And I'm here for the night. But there he goes right there. He's just stalking me. He just followed me for about a mile. And I mean, if you can see, he's like sitting behind the bushes over here, stalking me. He knows I see him now, but I think he's gonna come say hi. And I'm gonna put my phone here just because, I don't know what he's gonna try to do, just in case, How's it going, sir? I'm just making some tea. I'm making some tea. You want to come over here for me? Chai latte. You want to come over here for me? No, I'm busy, sir. I'm actually parking here for the night. I'm a traveler. Gotcha. And I just want to get you away from that stuff so I can talk to you real quick. Okay. Well, my recorder is right here, so. We can stand over here. Yeah, cool. If you could do that. Hold on one second. I'm just gonna finish making my tea here. I'm, peaceful inhabitant, man. I'm not. I suppose you wondering about the plates.
I'm just wondering what the whole deal is.
What's the whole deal? You followed me for about half a mile.
From the gas station.
Yeah. I was sitting there, and then I seen you pull in, and then you followed me for about a mile.
Did you come over here, Pluto? You
Yeah.
see me? You see me in your video?
I'm just making tea, man.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah.
What is the deal with the plates, though?
I have documents for you. Like, it's a Fifth Amendment right to own and possess private property, and I don't register my private property to the government. I'm an American national, a private American national, and also an ambassador for the National Action Task Force, and the American National People is created. Is my nation's embassy, and I have private identification and notice.
You have that on you?
Yeah. If I got a notice for you as well. I put the Missouri State Troopers on notice, and the Able Police Department. I was just there, and then I was gonna put you guys on notice as well. If you wanna, I can grab it for you. The notice.
I mean, sure. Yeah, just to get your ID as well.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm here for the night, man. So these are for you, and the Jefferson City Police Department.
That would be us.
Yep. You guys are officially put on notice of my presence in the area. It is incumbent and advantageous. That's my identification. Yeah, that's my identification. It is incumbent and advantageous for you to read that, because if you decide to violate my rights, there are consequences. Okay. So I'm a free private American national. I'm a traveler. I don't drive. I'm not a commercial driver, and that's not a commercial vehicle, so I don't register my property to the government. Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
First Amendment.
I was sitting over there watching you.
Yeah.
You pull out a butane lighter.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like, what is going on over here? So I was sitting over there watching you. So.
Yeah. I seen that. I was like, wow, he's gonna honor my rights. I thought you didn't pull me over, and I'm normally.
Honestly, I didn't pull you over because we're a little far away out of town. I wanted an additional person out here if I was gonna pull you
really?
over.
Okay.
If we would have been in town, I would have pulled you over. To be honest.
Yeah. I figured. I was like, well, maybe he's gonna honor my Fifth Amendment right to private property. And I thought you might have been, recognized that that's what it was. But and then I seen you pull over there, and I was like, oh. So I documented everything. I have 80,000 followers on social media.
Gotcha.
And so I document these encounters, and we're holding public servants accountable, for violating people's rights. I've been violated, obviously, just because you guys enforce policy, and those policies are valid when you contract. But I've canceled all my governmental contracts. I don't contract. I canceled my license, sent in a cancellation letter, and so yeah, I'm totally legal. I'm operating in the private is what it is. So those laws you guys are hired to uphold, they're valid when a person contracts with you. So
gotcha. Do you mind if I get the VIN off the vehicle?
No, it's private property, so I got the VIN number covered up, and I got my receipts. Everything is legit. And
okay, but to identify the vehicle, is there any
are you guys looking for a 2011 white Dodge Caravan?
Are we looking for one?
Yeah, that was stolen.
Potentially.
Oh, potentially. Oh, okay. Well,
but
then there's no reasonable articulate
to identify.
There's no reasonable articulate suspicion that I've committed.
Now I know your identity.
Yeah.
I know who you are. We know what you're doing, but we don't know how you're doing it. Like,
look me up on social media, Thomas Humphrey.
But we could find your car. We would avoid you, like you're saying, right? We would not infringe on your rights if we know the vehicle.
Yeah.
Is there?
I'm
just trying to identify the vehicle.
Right. Just put the description in your computer that it's a white Dodge Caravan.
And there's no VIN.
People plates.
There's no VIN.
I mean, I covered up my VIN. The VIN number is it's because I don't register my property, so whatever is in your system is invalid. So it's not registered property. You know what I mean? I took the stickers off the door and I covered up my VIN number. So in order for you to get my VIN number, you have to violate my rights.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, just seeing what you're doing.
Sweet.
That's all I'm doing right now.
Cool. What's your name, sir?
Washington.
Officer Washington.
Yes, 30. And it is Thomas Humphrey?
Yep.
Minnesota. You came here from Minnesota?
Yeah, that's where I'm from.
Gotcha. Alright, man.
Sounds good.
Yep, take it easy.
Yeah, you too, brother. I'm gonna be sending in an official notice. I just got here like 4 days ago.
Where?
To the police department.
I'm taking it there.
Right.
I have questions of my own.
Yeah. There's instructions on there if you guys believe I've violated any rights to contact my nation's embassy. So, yeah, man, and it instructs you guys to put every officer on your payroll on notice of my presence. Take it easy, Washington. Wow, they're back again here. Okay, so how's it going, gentlemen?
Good, how are you, sir?
All right, how's it going?
Good. Hey, I was just kind of touch base with you. So,
yeah.
I think you came across Officer Washington earlier?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
and you gave him a bunch of paperwork.
Yeah, I gave him notice and my
what is that notice for, I guess?
I am a private American national. I've canceled my governmental contracts. I'm no longer a U.S. citizen.
Okay.
I'm a traveler. I do not contract anymore. I've canceled all my governmental contracts. I'm living in the private now.
Okay.
Meaning you guys have no jurisdiction over my property or my person. So I canceled the ens legis, the all capital fictitious entity in your computer. It's actually called the fictitious entity created. It's a creature of law.
Okay.
Okay. My real name is Thomas Edward. My family name is Humphrey. And so it's a Fifth Amendment right to own and possess private property.
Okay.
And it's a First Amendment right to travel freely, unencumbered, and unfettered upon the common way of mankind during this time. I have the Constitution here, which you guys have taken an oath. You guys have taken
the Constitution. Is correct?
Yep, you've taken an oath to protect and defend my constitutionally protected right to privacy. Okay. And so that's all I'm doing. And here, since you guys came, I was actually gonna give you guys notice. Here's my nation's international treaty.
Okay.
And it's on legal paperwork.
Okay.
And it's our notice. We have a Declaration of Human Rights treaty with it's actually registered at the Department of State in Washington D.C. and it's registered in Singapore as well.
Okay.
And here's here's public notice of my private capacity, and it informs you guys to avoid any confusion or unnecessary claims upon unaware peace officers. Make all your officers aware of our presence in the area. So you know we have a federal court case filed in case you guys violate or infringe upon my rights. Okay. So you know, all my documentation here is here's the federal court case.
Yeah, I think are these the
same ones I gave him.
Okay, yeah. So I haven't seen these.
Yes.
But I saw those.
Yes.
What you gave him.
Yep.
Okay.
So those are for you.
Okay. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, sir. I'm a peaceful inhabitant of the earth. I wish no harm upon anyone, and you know, I agree with the speed limits and the laws. I'm not, you know, but the thing is I'm not subject to you guys, you know. Just like when he came up and he was like, let me see the VIN, or you know, that's an encroachment upon my privacy. That's right. All that it is, you know.
Now I will tell you, obviously you are on private property right now. This property is owned by Walmart. Yeah. Okay. The moment that you enter a street, you are on state, city, county property. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
and in the state of Missouri, you are required to have a registered motor vehicle to operate on our streets, highways.
Genesis 1:28. God gave me this land. God said, be fruitful, multiply, and have dominion. The state doesn't own it. No government agency, corporation, police department can take my God-given, unalienable right. It's God said, when he created me in his image and likeness, he said, be fruitful, multiply, and have dominion. No law can take that right away from me. I have a right to travel freely, unencumbered upon the common way of mankind during his time, whether that's horse, buggy, plane, train, bike, car, whatever it is. Dude, it's been recognized since the 1700s by multiple Supreme Court justices.
But you're right now you're quoting biblical.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's also constitutional. It's common law. Okay. Common law
is also a separation between state and religion, correct?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys are incorporated. Common law is what's commonly understood to be right. You know, that's why it's called common law. We don't need to we all agree upon it. It's called common law for a reason. So, and constitutionally, the Constitution is based on biblical principles.
Okay. So let me ask you this. How long will you be visiting our town?
I live here. You
live in Jefferson City?
Yeah, I just moved here. Yep. Okay. I'm contacting the assembly here, the state of Missouri Assembly of American Nationals. Okay. I'm an ambassador for the I'm an ambassador for the American National People of the Creator, which that's my nation, and I'm an officer of the National Action Task Force.
Where are they based out of?
California. Is my nation's embassy. We don't have a specific. The contact information is at the top of the other document there.
So can I ask what brought you to Missouri?
Yeah, I'm Torah actually. I'm studying Torah. So there's a lot of Torah observers here. I'm going to Stillville to celebrate Sukkot. It's the Feast of Tabernacles. Okay. It's the first 5 books of the Bible. Okay. So, you know, I honor God's laws, which trump man's laws, you know, obviously. Mm-hmm. So I abide by all of God's laws, and I honor man's laws as well, which I'm not breaking any laws. I've canceled my contract.
Right now? Yeah. Currently, you are not breaking any laws.
No.
Again, you are on private property, and this is just a conversation that you and I are having.
Sweet,
At any time, if you wish to leave, you wish to talk to me, you have that right.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. So when you canceled your contract, where were you at that point in time? What state? California?
Minnesota. Yeah.
Okay.
Here, let me show you something real quick on here. So on here, on page 3 of this document, so if you flip it over, this informs you guys the minimum penalties for trespassing upon American nationals' inherent God-given unalienable rights. Okay. Unwarranted pedestrian stops are $10,000 each incident, $5,000 for every 5 minutes detained thereafter. If detained in handcuffs, it's $100,000 per incident, $10,000 for every 5 minutes detained thereafter. A signed warrant must be present for an arrest to take place or a criminal act with an injured party. You have to have a constitutionally lawful warrant signed by a magistrate judge, not an administrative law
clear
court.
Between you and I, you understand that you are not being lawfully detained at this point in time. You're not under arrest, you're not any of that sort.
Yep. No, I understand.
I just want to make sure that we're crystal clear on that aspect.
Yeah, and you know, I document these things.
And that's fine. That's your right. I don't have a problem with you documenting, because obviously I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not doing
No, you're not. He was very honorable. I actually posted it. There's already 6,000 views on the video, and
where do you post it at?
I have Instagram and Facebook. I have 80,000 followers, and so I'm documenting and I'm showing people how to live. Okay, sorry, yeah. I'm sure, in the world full of tyranny and oppression, where they're trying to force these mandates, and masks, and these. I said, I knew about all this, but I was willing to just bow. I was registering my vehicles. I had a license. As soon as COVID hit and they started doing, I canceled all. I'm like, okay, it's over with.
So you've canceled it roughly 2 years ago once COVID hit.
Yeah. I mean, I've canceled my license back in 2018, but once they started like really pressing us, I was like, okay, I'm gonna live in complete freedom. I don't care about the consequences. My vehicle's been stolen by public officials, and I mean, I've actually got cases and damages numbering in the tens of millions for they've committed grand theft auto. They're guilty of kidnapping and assault and battery under Title 18, Section 241 and 242, deprivation of rights under color of law, because and conspiracy to conspire together. So if two of you were to come together, that's 242.
Okay.
So
you've moved to Missouri. Have you moved to Jefferson City itself, or you just moved to Missouri because you said you're going to Steelville?
Yeah. I'm residing in Jefferson City because I'm meeting up. That's where the assembly is, the Missouri State Assembly. The National Action Task Force is working closely with them. We're helping people, that want to cancel their governmental contracts and start living in the private, and we're helping people, become true and American nationals under not the United States Corporation, but under the Constitution for the United States of America. So yeah, I mean, that's official notice for you guys. There's again, I'm traveling. The Black's Law definition of driving is to be engaged in commerce on public road. These are commercial. You guys are driving. And I agree, you need a driver's license if you're going to be operating a motor vehicle under the auspices of a business or corporation or government agency. You need to have a driver's license, which is a commercial license. Also, license plates are commercial. If you're a private American traveling from point A to point B, you don't need tags or a license.
Well, and I'm not going to get into a large debate with you because obviously you're very versed and you're very knowledgeable, and this is your belief, and that's the great thing about America is you can have your beliefs.
Well, it's fact, not a belief, but
that's where people can differ. But by the license plates on these vehicles and whatnot, how do you think these roads get built? How do you think these roads get plowed? How do you think these roads are cared for? Who would pay for that? Yeah,
there is no such thing as money, actually. HJR 192, Public Law 73-10. It's called the Gold Grab. Roosevelt filed the United States Corporation filed bankruptcy, and they put up human labor as surety for the bankruptcy, and they made everybody bring their gold in, and that's why it's called fiat currency. They exchanged real gold for gold certificates. And then you were able to get your gold back on demand when you brought in your certificate, but then they turned it into fiat currency. It's called fractional reserve banking. And if you give a bank $1, they can loan out 9. So there is no such thing as money. They print money and they do the roads. 100% of your tax dollars go back to pays the national debt. Everyone's tax dollars.
Well, there is a large national debt, obviously. Yep. But there are also taxes paid my salary.
No, they don't. They create money out of thin air. What your tax dollars go to is because you're paying back the Federal Reserve Bank, which is a privately owned corporation by the Rockefellers. They own it, and that's how it's debt slavery. And people don't realize it, but that's how everything is covered. They siphon just like the Matrix. You see how everyone was plugged into the Matrix?
I've never seen the Matrix.
Okay, well, yeah. Anyways, they're siphoning off our human labor. Taxes are 100% voluntary. They use word magic to threaten you.
So if I wanted to learn more about your beliefs, you said you're on Instagram and Facebook. Yeah. Where would I go?
You can Google Thomas Humphrey. I was, it should be the first one that pops up, but I am on Instagram. I have 45,000 followers on there, and my Instagram is the gift of eternal life, but underscore in between each one. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
The gift of eternal life.
Yep. Underscore in between each one. The underscore gift underscore of underscore eternal underscore life. No underscore on the last one.
Eternal underscore life.
Yep, the gift of eternal life. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I'm just standing up and standing for my rights, and you know, that's all I'm doing. I'm a peaceful inhabitant of the earth. I agree with the stop signs and speed limits. You know. So.
Okay. Well, so again, I guess my more or less is this contact with you is to figure out what the paperwork was that you gave officer.
Yeah.
This officer right here.
It's public notice.
Okay.
Of my private capacity.
I appreciate that. Again, we're on private property.
Yeah.
But I will tell you that if you do enter a city street, a state highway, a county road, then this vehicle could be stopped by an officer, although you have given us public knowledge.
Yep, I've given you public notice public notice, and you know, it instructs you to inform all of your officers of my presence in the area. That way, there's no.
When was the last time that you were stopped by a law enforcement officer?
You go on the Instagram not too long ago.
Like days, weeks?
A couple weeks, yeah.
A couple weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I document everything.
And where was that at?
Oh, I don't even remember. I get stopped so much.
Okay.
You know, but you
when
know.
When was the last time you were arrested?
A couple weeks ago. Yeah, a couple weeks ago they towed my car, took me to jail and everything. But you know, they're I informed them and I put them on public notice as well. And you know, so they will be receiving a claim for damages.
Okay.
You know, so I mean, you guys are welcome to violate my rights if you want to. I mean, and I'm just saying.
I will tell you, sir,
right.
that I am not in the business of violating people's rights.
Right.
Okay, I'm not. But I'm kind of giving you notice that if this vehicle leaves this private lot and enters a city street, I have to enforce the laws and the ordinance of the city of Jefferson, the laws of the state of Missouri. Okay, and under those laws that we swore to uphold, this vehicle is not legal. Okay.
Right. I understand.
So kind of what you put me on notice, I'm doing the same thing to you. Okay.
Well, you know, those laws that you are hired to uphold are valid. They are. I'm not saying they are not, but I've canceled all my contracts, and so there's the divide is the public and the private. You now currently have no jurisdiction over my private property or my person, and so you know and you've also taken an oath to protect my constitutionally protected right to privacy. It's a Fifth Amendment right to privacy. You know, so are you sheriff?
My sheriff?
I mean, you deputy?
No, I'm a municipal officer.
Municipal, or I guess what rank are you?
Sergeant.
Sergeant. Okay, sounds good. All right. Can you inform the chief of police?
I will inform our chain of command.
Sounds good. Thank you. Yeah, I'll be in the area, man, and you know, I'm like I said, I'm a peaceful inhabitant. You won't have any trouble out of me. I won't be speeding around or running any stoplights or anything.
Well, we will inform our department. I can't promise you that they won't stop you. Okay.
All right.
Because I've advised you of that as well.
Yep.
Okay?
What's your name?
Sergeant Kempker.
Sergeant Kempker.
Yes, sir.
What's your badge number?
11.
11. Nice to meet you. And what's your badge number? I didn't catch it. 34. All right. Nice to meet you, gentlemen.
Okay, nice to meet you.
All right. Yeah.
Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Okay. All right,
sounds
sir.
good.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. Well, they came back to visit. You know, that went well, I think. You know, but you know, the only way that this is going to we're gonna stand, and we're not going to allow them to continue to disregard our standings. So, you know, though I got to you know, I kind of put my neck out, and I gotta take the brunt of it. You know, it's worth it in the end, because they're knowledgeable about our presence and who we are, and this is what it takes. So they came back to visit, and overall I think it went well. I was a little nervous. I was kind of stumbling over my words, but still I think it went well.